Uh, Today's talk is wisdom. Wisdom is a word that stuck in my mind. It's a very challenging life after life. Someone who say he is a wise man. So wisdom to the personality we call wise. So wise man only can be choose, cannot be produced. If you think that your family member is someone you can choose, or the temple that your disciple, you love him, he is the one that wise man you choose for the truth, it's not. You cannot choose someone that you like him as the wise man. Wisdom needs to break to two things. One is break to ignorance. One is break to attachment. So if you break to the ignorance, then mind is free. If you break to that rush attachment, then you are wise. That means what I say, wisdom only from observe, carefully observe, very pure-hearted observe, maybe rising the insight who recognize wisdom. So in the meditation hall, the Zen hall there, when you go inside, all the Zen practitioners, even though the leader is there, he is asking, challenge me, I challenge you. Then in this whole group, we choosing the Buddha. We choosing who is the wise man. You see? So wise man not only someone who sit on the higher table or higher seat than you are wise man. You need to be very careful. Otherwise, it's only a big ego will sit in front of other. You see? So wise man is not like that. Wise man always, he know what is the truth. At least he know the sequence. Who slowly processing to the truth. So in the small paper everyone have is what I have in a note in my hand and share with all of you. That is only I can think of what the sequence of wisdom, what I really have faith and really work processing it in it, really try to touching to it. In order I got the insight to recognize him. Okay, the first one is faith and wisdom are one. What it means here, faith and wisdom are one. It means it have the sequence like this. This is from learning and achievement of learning. Then you can build up this faith and wisdom are one. Okay? So learn is very important. Study, So you say education important or not? So from you getting finished school from university and someone who have never go to school, different or not? Very different. Education make things different, isn't it? So here is a learning, wisdom by learning. in order you build the faith. In order you have wisdom. That is you remember something from the wise. You see? So here is learning always from a small amount, you chew until you know more. You see, this is called learning. Practicing is different. Practicing is from you have a lot and you need to give out until you are very simple, very straightforward. You see, this is different. So if you are someone that he is need a lot, always looking for a lot, that is not practice. Practice is from you. So complicated. Right now you simplify it, come to very simple. That is called practice. Very direct. Very sharp into focus. That is called practice. Okay, so here we need to learn is from little bit to many, numberless. So from very wise to very deep, from very surface, you come to very deep into clearer, master the knowing. This is called learning. So from that perspective, it calls deep learning, deep observing. Then it processes to what we call that determination. Okay, so determination is the word of the first kind of wisdom. See, I come back to the word that I mentioned before, So intuitive awareness is a very direct reaction. Come to the highest point of can be whole as the wisdom. So you don't have to think too much and cannot determine. So you decide very fast. So let me give an example. Singapore President Lee Kuan Yew already passed away. That Mr. Lee is a wise man. So he observed and he see things very wise and very deep. So in politician, he always been I think been his viewpoint been adopted by many Westerner politicians. So he's very wise. Asked opinion from many politicians in the world. So wise man. But according to what he said, my wise is a better, more wise than me. Something I need to contemplate, deep, observe, in order I can discriminate and get the answer. But my wise is different. When she touching the thing, when she hearing the thing, immediately he can give answer. You see? Here we can find two things. No matter which one going on, when this maturing of learning come to achieve, then it have his what we call that characteristic from the body and mind showing. That showing is this word: faith and wisdom are one. Means someone already maturing in learning. What he need to learn already done. That person already come to. You don't have to tell him what is a faith. You need to have faith in Buddhism. Don't have to tell. And you don't have to worry about his wisdom because he is sharp enough. You see? on here, this first step built, then that is what Buddhism says. This personality will decide or determine, have faith into the four: Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and Vinaya discipline. He have very pure eyesight, seeing this as what he can take refuge and realize. Other than that, they have two kinds of personality goal. One is strong at faith. One is strong at wisdom. Strong at faith is still workable if you have very good at the past. That is appear as the leader or partner that you see. Then you follow him. He is the wise one. Then you are okay. See, so let me say a joke. Even those what we call that Jesus is not much saying in his life, then he already been killed. But you follow this man, he okay. You really follow him, it's okay. You know? So you have faith to him, is no problem. You see? So that is called faith. You know? If someone that, he is not that kind of personality, I want to read a lot of book, hearing a lot, he just want to practice. If he choosing one guy, very wise, follow his pattern, follow his guide, and then not ask many things, just beside him as the umbrella, then he is okay. So in the early teaching, they have two things in personality. One is faith personality, identity, like he have faith. The second one is he have wisdom. He can determine, or he can discriminate what is good and bad. These two kinds of personality. One is follow noble disciple. One is follow the Dhamma. No matter which one you follow, here is something that we really want to you to know. The master that I follow him in New York, but unfortunately I don't have the luck, or I don't have my personal opportunity to come close to him. Right now he is passed away, and he left the monastery there for other monks to take over. And he some day ago, he said, you take your team, come and stay with me, And then he really liked me to join in his monastery. If I join in his monastery, I think I am the one he want to choose to take over the responsibility of that religion's teaching. But I already promised here, and everything already settled down. I can sell everything, especially the Jiang Ho, I can sell it. If I sell it, people hit my user dicks hit me. So I didn't go there, but I still remember one katha he wrote to me. The katha is right like that. 邪外横行不住位，妙见不别，最可怖。That is what he wrote. It's deep into my mind. If I want to translate it into very simple English, what I can make, it means the Mara and evil teaching in the world. It's not bring life too much fear and worry. The only concern is if the right view and wrong view in your own mind, you can determine this is most fearful to the life. This is what he make that 诗句叫什么 poem. Yeah. Here is something that Buddhism is not depend on exterior. It depends on this body and mind purifying in order it's stopping, it's sharpening, it's penetrating. You see? So who can sharpening? This is called wisdom. Who can stopping? This is wisdom too. If who can penetrating? Oh, this is sharp, very sharp. It means that this is the insight. So I don't think of another word other than these three words for the body and mind. What we can work for: stopping, sharpening, and penetrating. So by what? By wisdom, or by the message, or by the skill of wisdom. So wisdom divided into two. One is wisdom, one is skillful means. See? So the word can enlighten you, or the skill can make it work. This is two kinds. Okay, the second one, I will jump it a little bit into the third one in what is pages. This page called compassion and vice are well blended with each other. Blended is melt, isn't it? Is it? Melt together, isn't it? Oh, okay. My English is, I don't know this, blended, this word. Then this new word for me. Yeah. Melt together. I use my word called melt. I think it works for both of it. How am I going to explain this one? This morning I write down something in myself. So AQ, EQ, PQ, IQ, all this contemplation in your mind, when contemplation and an observation, it brings into very subtle observing there, and then you clearly find what is going on in this message. You learn, okay, if it can from the inner that already let all these substances all sink down, you know. And we know our mind is very complicated, very active like that. You let all these substances of defilement already sink down as the calm and cool as a no wave blown by the wind. Then thing is become more clear. You know what that message means. Then all the contact, I use the word contact, and feeling will show the reality. they have a lot of supernatural power, what we think of in the mind, and we may say, heard this one say, that one saying. I want to use one in myself. My field of supernatural power is once my mind touching to this thing, I really know what's going on. Understand it immediately, transform it immediately. I say this is supernatural power. If the mind touching to the information, you still ignore, cannot recognize what is good and bad, how to be free yourself, you don't have supernatural power. This is my faith. This is my belief. Other than this, I say that is magic. Magic always illusion to yourself and others. It only can make fun. It cannot let you what we call that solve the problem, life and death. Cut off the defilement and stop the samsara turning, and really strong faith into the truth. What we call that the truth is the Patiya Samappada and Four Noble Truth. At least we have two of them in the section of telling this is the truth. Yeah. So this is make yourself have more brief. No such a living being, I cannot see him, I cannot receive him, I cannot stay with him. You don't see, oh, this is bad man, I cannot stay with him. This is the one who had no what we call the wholesome root. I cannot stay with him. You overcome that kind of passion. This is called compassion and wisdom come to the same. 不见无根之人，居谓无根的人。This is the Chinese saying. Means we know a lot of different samsara living beings. See what we do. A lot of people they are thinking, oh, maybe to come to Buddhist monastery, become a monastic is good. Once they come for some time in the monastery and travel around learning, and then they see very complicated here, then they retreat. I don't become monk anymore. Why? Because he sees something is fearful to him, or little bit doubt, skeptical. If you want to look for an exterior thing, can reliable nothing. Only can be reliable is wisdom. If you really have wisdom, it means bad thing you can make it succeed. Yeah, not order thing you can make it in order. Yeah, because of us, body and mind. It's because of other environment in condition is not there. It's not because of the book in the library, but because of that thing you make it functioning in reality. Yeah. So here we talk about why this wisdom and compassion can melt together. Yeah. Once you melt together, then it is no fearful touching to the teaching, no fearful touching to the living beings, like that. Yeah. Okay, we'll come back to the last one. Concentrate and wisdom are equal. How can we say these are equal? Anyone have anything to say? Please.
I think of penetration.
Yeah. In the teaching say they have two things make this equal is samatha and vipassana. If samatha and vipassana is really balancing, rising into his higher self, merging, this is called what concentration and wisdom are equal. So we work for that, for me, myself, the concentration is a little bit stronger or higher than wisdom. So we need to work more for wisdom. How to work more for wisdom? For me is need to come to living beings surrounding in order to get all the challenging, to knowing that what is the wise thing, make things work, to unite, to upgrade both sides. I not feel come to the cloudy is because the concentration I have enough to support this, enough to protect this goal, so that I training a lot samatha. What is samatha means? Here is you need to have right mindfulness, very focused, and you have to have a state cover. What is the state cover from your mind running away or monkey mind? Then I have 4 satipatthana. At least I told you 2 things. When the body is not moving, my sharp point is knowing the breathing. When the body is moving, my sharp point for the object for the mind is the body shape. Like that. You need to make it very simple in order when you act in the society or you travel around that your mind is really, we still in the calmness, stability of the samatha or of the samadhi training or concentration training. This is what we call concentrate. Until you can get this one is still processing. I use the word still processing is very important because you really need to be mindful, processing or not. You see, once you know 24 hours, I still processing or not. So until really you're touching this processing is always carrying on, then you know that samatha almost formed or already how many percent already from close to access. Yeah. So when you have that, then you come to the society or you can easily draw the memory, what we call that from the learning wisdom and the contemplating wisdom is easy, like what we have here in the 7 days retreat. Sometimes listen to talk, sometimes we discussion, and sometimes for yourself, I don't know you contemplate or not. Like Tan Su is a good man. Once I kicked a basketball to him, he know how to kick back. very good one. So yesterday we have the feeling, talk about I kicked him back the ball, and he kicked me back the ball this morning. Say, oh, I found two feelings. I already emailed to you. I found this good man, very good partner that in this life, knowing you. Yeah, this is what we call that wisdom. Wisdom always need to, from the learn and contemplating, you try to solve it. You need to try to think it over and over in order that the final thing, the very fine thing, very subtle message can touch by the mind. You see? So concentration is have more better quality to make that work better. This is what I want to say. You see? So concentration and wisdom are equal, means these two things have its own merging quality. Both need to go better. Otherwise, only one cannot be benefit to liberation. Such one extremely cannot benefit to liberation. It will benefit to a higher quality of life and state. It not go to penetration, to letting go, to the final goal, Nibbana. Okay. That is what I want to say. And we're back to the last one. Truth and wisdom are equilibrium. Yeah, equilibrium. Mm-hmm. I really don't know what to say in this, but let me give a story. I want to give a story. This morning not been have any story make. I remember, when the communism took over China in 1945. In that time, so a scientist in London, and because of this very difficult time, so he have a brother, big brother in Hong Kong there. So that he thinking about, right now communism is that kind of the strong will take over the mainland. So Hong Kong is a little bit, don't know what to do, and still governed by Christian politics. So that policy made by Christians, so Hong Kong is there still okay. He is half independent, but a lot of pressure from the back. So his big brother sent him the son, the only son, to London. Want his brother take him there and have higher education. So he accept. He is a scientist, very good scientist, very sharp, and then very, what we call that, almost a like gift to science.
Genius?
Yeah. So he take that son over. It's what we call that, the son of brother. We call nephew, isn't it? Oh, okay, nephew. So take the nephew there, London, and let them go to school, and then he just carry on, and then he take care of everything, and then he just observed this nephew for some years, and then he give advice, keep supporting, and then until one day, he just called his big brother. He said, take back your son to Hong Kong. I don't have time to take care someone that is not come to the way. I am a scientist, he said. I see enough trouble and suffering to the world. So I give my life to investigation and research in order to get the good skill, help the poor, and suffer. I don't have much time. Take care of this son. You take it back as your son. I read this story, sharp, touching me. This son never married in his life, and then after he done so many research and he back to China, become very popular and give a lot of helping China get strong. Once again, want to say what is the meaning of truth and wisdom are equilibrium. I want to get this scientist as an example of his mind state. Yeah. I don't know it come to the point or not, but I just already tried my best here. I hope that we have many that kind of talent, wise men in the world who overcome this, what we call that selfishness, or overcome this passion or emotion, come to very clear decision, know how to make this world better. Yeah. Sometimes we just spend all of our energy and time, want to do things better. It just become something that obstacle to the world. I just want to say, other living creation is not obstacle to the world. Right now, human being is the most problem for the world. You see, if other than the China, Tianjai, a disaster, other than the natural disaster, human is the most, problem or obstacle for our world's turning. I don't know, I say this is too extreme or not, but I don't have much wisdom. I just learning wisdom, and from this perspective, sometimes I make some opinion. I hope this opinion is come to some point of reasonable. Okay. Thank you. That's what I want to say this morning.